Basically, there's 2 knots that you need to learn to make your, so the first one that you're going to do, it's a square of fabric. It was recommended to be 90 centimeters. The book is a whole bunch of different ways of tying things, different sizes, different tying things. And then I'll show you the handle one next. So you take your square of fabric and you'll have your directions there. Okay, so what you have in your fabric, ideally, if you really, any fabric works that has a side, because parts of both sides are going to show. Fabric that's not like home deck heavy, because you have to tie these knots and it would be a lot harder to. All right, so you see on that the shaded that didn't show up in the copy is the outside. So what you're laying your fabric down with the wrong side, or the less pretty side, up. And what you want to do is take a corner and kind of fold it, gather it down in your hand about 12 to 14 inches. Yeah, smaller if you have little, but you want to leave enough, because with the tail we're going to tie the top of it. So you want to leave it enough. And then you're going to wrap it around your hand, your palm, and tie a knot. And you want to get it down far enough that you're going to take these tails and tie these tails together. So the next trick is you're going to do that in all 4 corners, and make sure that you have your tails of the same length when you're through tying. So now tie all 4 of these corners. Now this is the bag that's without a handle. So another thing that they do, well, they would take like a little bread basket, rectangular bread basket, or even a little tray, and put these inside of your cloth first, and then tie it up around it to give it structure. You can also take like the paper, there's one in here that has like the paper bag with the little handles, and then they use that as kind of a little bit of a structure inside. So if you're doing this as a gift and your bag has, you know, you just have a plain bag and you want to add some fabric to it, because the Japanese are very much into recycling and not wasting resources, but they're also very big into gift giving. So just readjust your ties until like each one of these tails is about the same length.
Are the necks supposed to be real tight?
I wouldn't tie them so tight that you can't get it undone, because then you're going to use it for the next one. Okay, so now you have 4 tails tied, and Melanie, you're welcome to try with that one. It doesn't hurt it, for sure. And you have this little pouch that's going to become your bag. So now then, the secret of getting a pretty tie together, which we're going to do the ones that is handles. So what you want to do is take the left side and go over the right tail and make a tie. That's not really tie, but kind of pull it tight. And then you're going to bring the right tail down, the left tail over and through. And if you've done it right, both of your tails will be on the top. Okay, so we're going to do it again because we have this the other side. So the first thing we're going to take is the left side, take it over the right side, and pull it down. Then you're going to take the right tail, hold it down, put the left tail over and through. And then that will put both of the tails on the same side. If you do it any other way, you get one tail going one direction and one tail going the other direction, so it's not as pretty. So then you have a little bag, and again, you can do this with any size. You can see how putting like a little structure inside it would hold it. So this comes as, in Japan, before there was indoor plumbing, there was centralized bath houses, and to go to the bath you had to take your soap and your comb or whatever, and so they needed a thing to carry those in. So that was the invention, or the basis of the creation of furoshiki. Okay, so the second one, really any closed handle will work. So with your handles, the round ones don't have any difference, but these ones had an outside and an inside. So if your handles happen to have an outside and an inside, you just want to lay them down with the outside down. Okay, in this case, what you're gonna do is we're gonna half this little bag. I like it. And you can actually probably do it with one, but instead of opening it up, you will go in the side of your little bag. Okay. This time you have your handle. It can be round, it can be square, it doesn't really make any difference. And the only thing that you're going to do is you're going to go from the inside out or the outside in? Yes. You're going to go from the outside in. And then come around and tie your same knot. So left over right, right tail down, left tail in the hole. And so you have this pretty little knot on the outside of your handle. So now you had a square piece of fabric, you're laying your handle down, and so if you have one handle, you'll tie just both edges to that side. Yeah, but just do two at a time. So not the diagonals, but the square. The two corners of the square, you're going to take from the outside in, bring it around to face you. So I've got from the outside in, now I've brought these two tails, and then I tie outside in. So now you have this little bag. So if you had a smaller ring, like, you know, Marie's scarf, then she would make a smaller bag.